Hey folks, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, and this is actually a live Meet the Weapon. And the reason I'm doing this live, there's a couple reasons, is first of all, I don't have a huge amount of time to record gameplay because I'm still trying to get unlocks for some of these support weapons. I haven't spent a vast amount of time playing the support kit. There's a few guns that I don't actually have all the unlocks I need unlocked for them yet. So that's why it's been taking a little while for these first video to come out, because I just want to make sure that I'm ready to roll when they start coming out. It's starting to get there now, though. But, you know, I'm going to record this, and then I'm going to go work on getting some unlocks and getting used to some of the support weapons that I haven't used a vast quantity thus far. And aside from that, the M27, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, about the real-life weapon, and I'll talk about why that is in just a second. So I just sort of figured, you know what, I can just do this live, show a few different attachment loadouts, and I can just memorize the actual real-life details that I want to give about this weapon. So the reason I don't have much to say about this gun in real life... Oh, and one more thing. You'll notice I'm using this with a bipod instead of completely attachmentless. That's because this gun comes standard with a bipod, like all the light machine guns. For the light machine guns and sniper rifles, I'll be doing them instead of naked with the standard attachment setup that just comes with normally in the game. So the LMGs will all have a bipod, and the sniper rifles all have an 8x scope standard. Anyway, the reason I don't have a whole vast amount of shit to say about this gun in real life is largely the you need to die, asshole. Is largely the fact that it's pretty much exactly the same thing as an HK416 or the M416 in this game. So if you look at my naked video of that, most of the details of this gun are the same. 5.56 by 45mm NATO round, 16.5-inch barrel. It actually has the exact same barrel length. You know, the Picatinny rails, all that stuff. The only real difference is the exterior design of the weapon's slightly different. It's got a somewhat shorter stock, it looks like, and it's got a heavier barrel. It's the same length barrel, but it's got a heavier barrel. And those are actually, and a slightly lower rate of fire, although in this game it's actually right around the same. And those are actually pretty much the only differences between the weapons. So I don't have a vast amount to say about this because, I mean, it's kind of strange, actually, that the United States Marine Corps did adopt this as a replacement for the M249 SAW. In some units, they haven't replaced it entirely. But it seems kind of weird to me because although this is classed, obviously, as an infantry automatic weapon, the IAR stands for Infantry Automatic Rifle. I mean, it's pretty much an assault rifle. It's kind of weird to me. It's basically, you know, a slightly modified version of a modified M4, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. So you can see here me using this with no attachments. I actually really like this gun. Oh, yeah, I should probably talk about what I think of it in the game first before I start getting into that side of things. It's a really solid gun in the game. I really like this and the RPK for the support kit, and the reason being, they do basically, both of them, especially the M27, basically do handle a lot more like assault rifles, and I like the sort of added mobility you get, and it's especially good. You can see here I'm on the attacking team in a rush game. You don't really want to be like pinned down somewhere. You need to have your bipod deployed to be accurate, or you need to be stationary at least, and you have that long-ass reload time. But the M27 and the RPK, very, very mobile compared to the other support kit weapons. Good accuracy at range, not a lot of recoil, and I mean, this is a really, really solid weapon overall. Handling is actually, it's a lot like the M416 as you'd expect, but it's just a lot like the assault rifles in a more general sense, you know. I do have the bipod on there at the moment just because that's standard and I am in fact using it, but you really, really don't need a bipod on this gun. For you know, a purely defensive loadout, you might consider one, but since I'm on the attacking team, I'm probably not going to show any bipod loadouts for this gun, and I mean, even if you're defending, you really don't need a bipod. This gun is very accurate, very easy to control, which means you have, you know, the leisure of being able to have that foregrip on there, or, you know, if there were actually other attachments in that slot, but there aren't. But it means you can have a foregrip. Oh, God. My life was over. It means you can have a foregrip. But, you know, it's quite solid just with the iron sights and with no attachments. It's just a good gun all around, a good, you know, once again, it's a starting weapon, so they kind of have to make sure that it functions well with no real attachments. And it does, but we'll mix it up now to show some attachment loadouts I like for this. Now, since it's got such low recoil, I am quite a fan of the ACOG scope on this. But, you know, you can use any optics you want. It doesn't really matter. I haven't actually tried the rifle scope on this at all, so, you know, it's got pretty low recoil, so, you know what, let's give that a try. Let's try out the rifle scope. It's quite accurate. We're not going to need a heavy barrel, which incidentally you can't get for this gun anyway. Herpa-derp-derp. I might get a laser sight on there to increase the hipfire accuracy. The hipfire accuracy on the OMGs is not amazingly good. And since I've got this 6x scope, that actually looks pretty badass, I'm going to want to be able to shoot from the hip, you know, up close. I'm not going to want to have to aim down the sights. You can see even with the laser sight, still a pretty big reticle there with the 6x scope. Or, sorry, just with the 6x scope doesn't affect that, just with the fact that it's a light machine gun. And probably not going to be able to do much at this range. I mean, my aim was kind of off. I probably would have been able to hit that guy, but then I derped. Okay, let's get in there. But basically, what you find with this gun on the RPK is assault rifle loadouts work really well. So you know, you can rock out, you know, a holographic sight, a foregrip, and a suppressor, which is, you know, the assault rifle stereotypical loadout, and that's going to work really well for you. And I should not have tried to zoom in there. I should not have tried to zoom in there. That was a mistake. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure the 6x scope is going to be a good idea on this gun, just because the hipfire is so inaccurate. I was able to kill that guy, but he says, "Holy shit." It was kind of close. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm not actually gonna like the 6x scope on this weapon. Well, it was an idea, and I figured I'd try it out. But not all ideas are good. Looks like our team is gonna actually lose here. If I don't have time in this match to show another attachment loadout, we will go into the next map for a little while. Although I won't play the entire. But that would make this video far too long. All right. Let's get. Getting some hits there, at least. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna like this sight on this guy. Hipfire is too inaccurate, and the sight itself, I mean, it's mostly just the fact that hipfire is so inaccurate, so if they're close to you, I mean, on this map, and they are gonna be close to you, on this map, yeah, it's not gonna be great. So, we'll get rid of that 6x scope, that's okay. Was just an idea, and I will show you a different loadout that I do like on this gun. Okay, so as I said, I do like the ACOG scope though, because the recoil is nice and low. But let's try a 3.4x sight and a suppressor, because you know it's just a loadout that I like on assault rifles, and this gun is basically an assault rifle. I mean, yeah, that's sort of the joy of these guns. I like assault rifles, and these guns are essentially slightly more badass assault rifles. In Battlefield 3, this gun has a 45-round magazine. In real life, Marines are issued with 22 30-round Stenag magazines for this, which is way more than a rifleman carries. It's about the combat load of an M249 gunner. So basically the idea is these guys just get a massive fuck ton of ammo. But I mean, in the game, for balance reasons, they made it be a 45-round magazine to match up with the RPK, I guess. And I mean, to sort of distinguish it a little bit more from the assault kit. If it had a 30-round magazine, it would have been, yeah, well, this is pretty much an assault weapon. See here, you know, getting some decent work done with this. Oh god, explosions everywhere. But we are gonna lose in just a second here, debating whether or not to go into another game. I mean, I pretty much, you know what? I think I will, and I'll, yeah, I think I'll go into the next game. But I'm gonna pause over this statistics screen. Just got a little bit more to show with this gun, so give me a moment. Okay, so the reason I'm going into another game here, where I'm defending is, what occurred to me is, no, not the RPK. Where the fuck is the M27? There we go. What occurred to me is, if I slap on here the rifle scope and a bipod, I should be able to do some pretty good shooting at distance in full auto fire, and that's not where the bipod goes. And let's actually just have no attachment in this slot. And then if I give myself a good pistol for close combat, like for example the 93 IAR, myself some claymores here, I should actually be absolutely fine up close. I know this has been kind of a short video, guys. It's not over quite yet, but it will be pretty damn soon. I hope that's okay. I know it wasn't normal. Like normal, what I do is I sort of cut things down so that you get, you know, lives where I actually kill a few dudes and it's kind of badass and stuff like that. But This is what it looks like when I actually just straight up play the game with no editing, if you were wondering. Although, you know, most of you have seen that before, unless you're very new to the channel and haven't watched the sort of older videos. Although, you know, I did get a lot of new subs the last couple of days, which is nice. Hello, new people! New subscribers, you're most welcome. You're all quite awesome. I could run down to A there to try and defuse, but they've got tanks and shit out the ass, and there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have C4, I got the Claymores. I do tend to, I don't know, I used to always run C4, Claymores, but I've started leaning towards C4 more lately because I discovered I'm actually pretty adept at taking out tanks with it. But, you know, I might save that for when I'm doing Meet the C4, which is actually going to be a thing, yes, but I do need to... I want to terminate this video, but I do need to get, you know, some kills done with this loadout. Find out if it's any good. Unfortunately, it's going to be kind of tough because my team is getting... Well, my team is having a really bad day, let's put it that way. Oh, they're arming. Motherfuckers! Oh. 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 Wasn't ready for that. He's got a 6x scope, a foregrip, and a heavy barrel on his M4. That's interesting. But, you know, if that's what he's into. Let's actually hide that chat window. I know my team is trying to coordinate with me, but I can't designate tanks. God damn it, still Flame War. See, if I had C4, that Amtrak would not be a big deal at all. It would be super dead right now. However, made a foolish decision. Jesus. Well, I'm actually coming last on my team. It's because I haven't, you know, done anything whatsoever as of yet. No! Billy! You exploded. Alright, I need to get the fuck out of here. So let's see if we can find somewhere where we can set up maybe the few kills as the attackers try to push up through our area. Never a bad idea to try and hold them back as far as possible away from the objectives. You don't need to be right back at the objectives at all times. So, yeah, this is feeling pretty accurate. Once you get the bipod down, with the 6x scope, this might actually be a really super nice loadout for defending with this gun. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of liking this. It's too bad you can't get a heavy barrel. There is a bit of bullet spread, a little bit more than I thought there was, actually. You gotta get... Mind your scope when you're using a 6x scope, though. The reason I swapped off my gun there was I saw the Amtrak. I did not want the Amtrak gunner to see my scope glint, because if he did, I would have been fucking dead pretty much immediately. Okay, let this T90 go past. There's still enemies in this area. I would be falling back to make sure we're holding the objectives, but there are still guys over here. And anywhere you can hold the attackers back, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this actually seems like a solid loadout, so... 6x scope, bipod, good defensive loadout on the M27. Apparently, there's that Amtrak again. Nobody's actually currently in it. Hopefully my team can scuttle that. So if we can deny them that resource, it'll be super good. Oh, poor guy. Oh shit, he's gonna be super on to me. All right, need to fall back now. They're actually arming bombs. I was trying to assist. Anyway, I think that's pretty much going to end this video. The only other sort of thing that really works on this gun that I didn't show is just kind of close range setups with like a holographic sight, maybe a laser sight, or even a tack light you saw I had on at the beginning, and a foregrip. Basically, anything that works on an assault rifle is going to do you just fine on the M27. You do need to be mindful that the hipfire accuracy is not that amazing on any of the light machine guns, this being no exception. But it is basically an assault rifle with bigger magazines. So, you know, I feel a little bit less comfortable running and gunning with it, of course, as a result of that low hip-fire accuracy. But, still, quite a solid offensive weapon. And tomorrow we're going to take a look, well, not tomorrow, next video, we're going to take a look at the RPK, which will probably not be a live commentary. I'll probably, you know, do that in my regular style. But, you know, I figured I'd try this out, see how it went, and my scope went gave me away real bad. So... When I get my ass killed next, that's going to be the end of this video. Hello, bro. Oh, can't. Stupid fucking bipod restricting my ability to turn. Oh, God. Alright. So, thanks for watching, folks. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you like the fact that I did this as a live commentary, if you thought that was a really bad idea, because, I mean, I might do, next video probably won't be, but I might throw in some more live commentaries if, you know, I can actually memorize shit about the gun. Which, you know, I can, because I don't normally give you that much info. Anyway, let me know if you saw the video, guys, and until next time, Troubletcat out.